those of you who don't know what a promo is, it's basically like a little promotional package. Two of Black Twitter's fiercest titans have been going back and forth with each other, have been throwing jabs at each other, and it's been beautiful. Hold on real quick. I got some clips I'd like to play. I got one in particular real quick.
You mean Dr. Umar Johnson, the man who has 2 children by 2 different women that he never married? Dr. Umar Johnson, the guy that for the last 10 years has not built brick one of a school he's collected money from. Dr. Umar, hold on, ma'am. Dr. Umar Johnson, the man who calls you queen, mother, goddess, and all this other kind of stuff. And again, for those who are keeping score, this is another woman who comes on and says, talk to us more like Umar. The Prince of Pan-Africanism. Big Papa's in the house. Run my donations. I mean, shout out to Umar. I got no problem with the dude, but I think it's funny y'all keep coming over here asking everybody to talk like Umar. Queen Mother God and cocoa butter and sea moss gold and shit.
And some of them claim to not even like me. So why are you quoting my material and not referencing me? You obviously watch me. You obviously watch me because too much of my material is coming out of your mouth.
Bastion, the two titans, Kevin Samuels, Dr. Umar Johnson, hypothetically, in a Hell in a Cell match, Dr. Umar versus Kevin Samuels, who do you think will win?
It all depends on the support. I think Dr. Umar has just a better chance of winning because he's more of a meme, so more people are more aware of him compared to the other gentleman. What's his name again?
Kevin Samuels. For those of you who do not know, Kevin Samuels, he is a life guru. He is also a relationship sort of expert. He tries to help people get in relationships. The whole thing about Kevin Samuels is he is quote unquote a high value man. For those of you who do not know, a high value man is someone who makes 6 figures or more, right? And Kevin Samuels has been talking to quote unquote modern women about, you know, what they are looking for in a man. And sometimes a lot of these modern women are looking for what I like to call 3-6 mafia. Like they want a person with 6 figures and a 6-pack and over 6 feet, right? But Doc, what Kevin Samuels likes to do is sort of put them back into reality sometimes, because he says that some of these women don't even deserve that. How are you a 4 out of 10 and you expect like a 10 out of 10? How does that correlate? And he says that doesn't relate. Sometimes you can just settle with an average dude.
Interesting, boring. It's just like life coaches are strange. I think life coaching is a scam.
Okay.
Unless like your life is like really of like, you know, dismal and all you just need is some basics. Like, you know, you should don't spend the money on that. Get a credit card, but you know, build your credit score. You know, that's why you can't get the car. You know, don't buy the car. It might, you know, don't finance it with another company. You know, those are like basic life lessons. I think people do need help to support. But
right.
Like, you know, finding a loved one, looking to get married. Like I've seen it. I've heard it before. You know, we're a big Caribbean family.
Right.
So we've heard like one family member is just like trying to find a man to get married to have kids. You know, it's like, yeah, you know, I don't know. I don't know you that well, so maybe you're just aiming high.
That is true. And the majority of the time, Kevin Samuels, he sort of talks down to black women, and of course, he's already made an enemy of black women. Juxtaposed to Dr. Umar Johnson, who praises black women all the time, and you know, he sort of talks to black men about the snow bunny crisis, as he likes to call it. You know, which means interracial relationships and all that stuff. It's a great juxtaposition of Dr. Umar Johnson, aka the Prince of Pan-Africanism, versus he's not even a doctor, Kevin Samuels, the stylish godfather, as he likes to call himself.
Very problematic perspectives on both of them, especially. Well, I know a lot about Dr. Umar. And
we all do. He's been on the game for like 11 years now.
Yeah, and what you said about Kevin Samuel, I do understand like why Dr. Umar is a little bit upset at him, calling him like a, what's it, YouTubian,
YouTubian,
Beta
male coon.
beta male coon. Like I get it now, you know, a little bit. I not that part actually, not the beta male coon. I think the whole beta alpha thing is just kind of ridiculous.
Mm.
But in terms of like the Eurocentric standards and stuff,
Yes.
just having those type of like nonsensical standards, I think that's kind of what is a little bit different from the two, because it's like, oh, you got to do this. If you're not doing this, then it's a problem, right? And I, I kind of get it why they're both have a problem.
Right. I think they're both problematic in their own ways, but also in a weird way too. I agree with a lot of what they say sometimes too. Well, some of what they say sometimes.
That's the thing. It's like both of them are talking about basic principles that
Yes.
sometimes you could learn in high school, you learn in college. If you're privileged to have the right people around you, especially like family members or friends, you know, that lead you to that direction, you get the knowledge a little bit early. You know,
Right.
I used to tell you that about like credit cards. Like, yeah, I understood more of it once I got to college and took a seminar. And that person explained us the whole concept of like how credit cards work and stuff. So, all right, let me tell Gio, let me tell my friends, because I've had some years with it. Now I know how to build credit in, I'd say, a healthier way without doing loans and stuff.
Credit's looking wonderful, by the way.
Exactly. It's like, yo, if you're trying to buy a cell phone, don't finance it. You know, like save up money. You don't have to finance a cell phone.
Right.
But you know, those are kind of small ideas. But yeah, that's how it is sometimes.
That is how it is. Hey.
So
I
I'm
think-
just saying, like both life coaches and Dr. Umar both check. So like,
I want to just say this. I think, Triller, if you guys want to make some money, I think you should finance this. Dr. Umar versus Kevin Samuels in a boxing fight. Just make it happen just for us. You know, just for Black Twitter. I think Black Twitter is going to appreciate this so much, because this is going to be our version of The Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. You know what I'm saying? Two titans in their prime duking it out. It's going to be great.
so what would it be? It would be like a question debate, like
It could be a
So-
questionable. It could be a questionable debate. It can be a fist fight. It could be anything. We just need the two of them together in a spar.
maybe, you know what I think? During the spar, they're both going to say the same thing differently, and they're going to get angry at each other. That's why I think at the end of the day, they're going to say the same exact thing, because they both have the same exact mind, and that's what's going to happen. Because Dr. Umar doesn't take the whole Black Israelite area, like,
Yeah, he's not a Black
direction,
Israelite. Yeah, he's not.
but he still has the Hotep like
Right.
tendencies.
He does. 100% he does.
But I think all Black people have like one or five like Hotep tendencies that they
Okay.
keep for themselves, you know.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think everybody like does like one or a couple things from it.
Okay. I think I agree with you somewhat, but I just don't think every Black person goes completely extreme with the Hotepery.
No, it'll be like one or two things that they do normally, you know.
Yeah.
They can have something in their house that they do regularly that's like very Hotep, but they want like they can't really explain it to their family or friends. Or if someone says something like, you know how we always have conversations about Louis Farrakhan?
Yes.
How it's like difficult to like Black people disavow him. It's like, yeah, there's
Right.
a separation by not talking about him whatsoever and say, no, I don't listen to him. But you're
Yeah.
not gonna say it's like he's the worst man of all kind. You know,
Exactly.
it's like, no, he has an interesting,
He has an interesting story. He's there.
He's there. You know, he said some things that put the brother's perspective. You know, you're never
Right.
gonna have like a positive or you know, it'll be negative perspective on him, but you don't want to like just back away. It's like, yeah,
Right.
you know, down with the man. It's like, nah, I'm just gonna keep quiet.
Yeah, I think you were telling me in the car that one day. This was last year too. And we were like, well, you were like, yo, I think only Black people are just going to like understand Louis Farrakhan. Like, if you're not Black, you're just not gonna get it at all, because you're just gonna see him as just this one thing, like
Yeah, very
anti-Semitic.
anti-Semitic,
Right.
Homophobic,
E-
transphobic.
Exactly. And I still agree with that statement to this day. I agree 100%.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, like he's there, but you know, yeah, and that's why I like most of the 5%er concepts. I forgot what it's called. What was it? 99 Rules. Remember?
Well, you listen to a lot of Wu-Tang, so
Yeah,
that makes sense.
It's part of hip hop. It's all kind of one and the same.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just how it is sometimes. But,
Right. Yo, did I ever tell you the story about how Umar wanted to come on BAI?
No, what happened there?
Oh, I never told you this? Oh, dang. All right. So this was 2017, and I was still an intern at the station. So Black Seinfeld wasn't even a thing yet here. We were still doing Black Seinfeld back in college. But I'll never forget it. His agent came in one day, and she was looking to talk to someone from management to possibly get Dr. Umar on. She's like, "Hey, yeah, I'm an agent of Umar, and Umar wants to come on WBAI." I'm like, "Umar who?" And she was like, "Johnson." I was like, "Dr. Umar wants to come on BAI?" So I made her give me her card, and then I told one of the programming directors at the time, I was like, "Yo, Dr. Umar wants to come on BAI." And he was like, "Hell no."
Immediately.
Immediately he was like, "Yeah, no way, no." And I was like, "Oh, come on, why? It's Dr. Umar. Just think about the ratings. Think about the listens we could get with Dr. Umar coming on." He was like, "Nope, it's too problematic. Nope, and we don't agree with everything Dr. Umar has to say anyway." So I was like, "True." And they were like, "Is he even a real doctor?" I'm like, "I don't know. He says he's a real doctor. It's been proven. It has been proven. He is a real doctor, okay? He went to court for it, for crying out loud. And he won that case."
Yeah. Oh, it's called 120-degree lessons.
Oh, okay.
You need to listen to someone who think put two together, read the book. Like, yeah, this is cool. But I see what you mean, because I think Dr. Umar is a capitalist.
He is a
in a
capitalist.
sense.
Donations.
The donations.
Gifts.
Yeah. He's a capitalist, hence it's kind of different for WBAI. Yeah, he's like a black capitalist liberal. Like most back in his position.
Oh, bruh. Do you think you want to have Dr. Umar on Black Seinfeld one day, Bastion?
There's absolutely nothing for me to talk about to him at all.
Why not? Just think about
I'm
the
a better
views.
life coach than Dr. Umar. So
Dr. Umar's not a life coach. He's
the way he's talking.
He's more of a preacher than anything.
All right, sure.
You don't think so?
No, absolutely.
All right. Well, we just want to let y'all know that we don't agree with everything Dr. Umar says at all.
I don't even listen to him, so I
No,
don't know
that's
what he's
not
saying.
true. You're you watch his memes.
Just the memes, but the memes are always cut out of context.
That
I'm
is
just laughing
true.
the entire time.
Yes, we enjoy Dr. Umar as a meme, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Umar has become one of the most internet's famous memes. In fact, there is a Twitter dedicated to just Dr. Umar clips, and it's called No Context Dr. Umar. It's some of the greatest clips ever online.
I bet he's running the page.
You think
He
Dr.
knows
Umar is
that
running the
memes
page?
is what takes you to the next level.
You think he is? Because people have been asking him, like, "Yo, who runs the No Context Dr. Umar?" Because he's aware of it. Like, he knows what's going on, but he keeps saying he doesn't know, and he likes the fact that people are getting to know him more, but he doesn't like the fact that he's getting meme because it's his message is getting lost.
Yeah. I'll be mad too.
I would too, but hey, I'm just here for the lulz, to be honest. So I don't care if Dr. Umar wins or Kevin Samuels wins. Either way, Black Twitter wins as a whole.
Yeah, good riddance.
You want to get into some music, man?
Yeah, well, what you got playing? What was the first song you were playing?
Well, good question. The first song I had playing, the intro, was Time Today from Moneybagg Yo, which is from his latest album, A Gangsta's Pain.